A hollow vertical cylinder of radius r and height h has a smooth internal surface. So suppose this is a cylinder having a smooth internal surface over here, okay, and a small particle is placed in contact with the inner side of the rim, upper rim, at a point P, okay. So let us assume there is a particle which is at this point, which is P, okay. It is given a horizontal velocity v naught tangential to the rim. It means it is given a horizontal velocity v naught in this direction. It leaves the lower end at point Q vertically below the point P. It means that it leaves at this point is P and this point is Q. The height over here is h, the height of the cylinder over here is h. We have to calculate the number of revolutions. Now it is very simple, it is a very straightforward sum. Now the initial velocity is given is horizontal. So basically in vertical the initial velocity is equal to 0, so v is equal to u is equal to 0 in the vertical. Final velocity I do not know the value, it is covering a distance h, so I will use the formula s is equal to ut plus half at square, where there is only gravitational force in the vertically downward direction. So instead of s I can write it as h, initial velocity is 0, half g t square. So basically t square will come out to be 2h divided by g, or t will be equal to root 2h divided by g, okay. This is the time taken for the particle to go from point P to point Q, okay. In the horizontal the horizontal velocity remains same, okay. So the horizontal velocity remains same, which is equal to v naught. So basically if the radius of the rim is equal to r, the omega over here, omega is equal to v divided by r, okay. Omega is equal to v divided by r. So the horizontal theta that is covered over here will be equal to okay, so it will be equal to, horizontal theta that is covered will be equal to omega into t. It is equal to omega into t. So omega over here is equal to v naught, yeah, or v, okay. Over here it is given as, instead of v it is given as v naught divided by r into t, which is equal to 2h divided by g. Now this is the total angle covered. We have to find out the number of revolution. For 2 pi, for the angle covered 2 pi, the number of revolutions is 1. So for the angle covered theta, let the number of revolutions be n. So in short, n will be equal to theta divided by 2 pi. Now theta over here is equal to v naught divided by r root 2h by g. So it will be equal to over here v naught divided by 2 pi r root 2 h divided by g, which is root 2h divided by g, which is option number D. If I assume that the root is over the entire part, okay, root is over the entire root 2h divided by g.